Hi everyone, Deb here. Welcome to Dahlia Designs, Jewelry and More. I am getting ready to do Passion for Purple, which is a collaboration, an open collaboration hosted by Metal Scrap and Chic, and whose name is Kim. Hi Kim. So I decided I want to make some earrings, purple earrings, and I pulled out a few older Soft Flex company kits that have some beads left, but not a ton of beads. Like this one has quite a few purple. This just has these dark purple roses and one little purple thing and some silver bits and whatnot. Not enough, maybe. This one definitely has some purple and stuff in it. This was Supernova. This one has the most. And then I'll bring in some things from my own stash, but I'm gonna get more things like earring findings, and I will be back and we'll make a pair or two of earrings together. Okay, see you soon. Well everyone, we're just gonna do 3 pair of earrings because I have trouble keeping these front facing and I need to work on that a little bit, but I'll do that another day with you. Okay, so the first pair is going to be a very simple pair. This is what it'll look like. These are tiara cast bead caps and check glass on either end out of 2 soft flex kits. And these earring findings were from Beadbox Bargains a while ago. So this is a very simple, just layer them onto a head pin. I used a little ball head pin and I believe that was from Houck. I don't know. They were going out of business, then they weren't, and I honestly haven't checked back for a while to see whether they're still in business. So I'm doing a wire wrap loop, and I use my very tip of my chain nose pliers, bend it over, and that leaves you a little bit of room. Let's see if we can get closer here. A little bit of room, enough to wire wrap. Then I bring in my round nose pliers. You've probably seen people do this, and I'm sorry for the glare. Let me see if I can, oh, sorry, help that. And anyway, you just put it in there like that. Bring the rest of the eye pin back over the top, or wire, whatever you're using. Turn your pliers and wrap that tail around. And I just straighten it out so it looks like a lollipop, like that. So now I take my round nose out. Some people leave them in, but when I do that, um, it the it bends everything out of whack. So then that's not a real long tail, but we're gonna give it a try. I like tight wraps, not real messy ones, but sometimes they end up a little messy anyway, especially if there's not enough room. So I'm just taking the tip and hopefully holding on to it, and just wrapping it on top, not on top each other, next to each other. Little spiral, like a little spiral. I know it's hard to see. I'm so sorry. This is why I don't do tutorials very often. It is a dreary day here. Actually, the sun, the daylight just happened a little bit ago, but we're having cloud cover. I need to get these are like a needle nose, chain nose. They're very thin tip, which is what I need here. And I know it's twisting and sometimes I just go like that. I still have a little bit left and I bent the top. So let me see if I can get in there and get that. Because it's going to be a little loose and I don't like that. Usually I like enough left, but these were probably the longest. I usually get 2-inch eye pins, 2-inch long, which is about 50 or 60 millimeter for those not in the US. But that is not quite long enough for these anyway, just to show you. So normally I would wrap it all the way down to the bead to make it snug, and I may end up redoing this, but for purposes of this video, get an eye pin, or I mean a head pin long enough that you have enough left that you can wrap it down to the bottom, I mean to the bead, and then figure out, sometimes this is hard and I don't have my, what do you call those things? I think this one opens in the back. Yeah, it's hard to tell where they open. They don't always. So let me see. Yeah, I think this is it. Let me use my other pliers though. Yeah, it opens in the back. So you want your best side facing forward, which I think is that one, like that. And then we close it up just like you do a jump ring, which I know you're having trouble seeing. And there we have it. Two pair of earrings. Now see, that's a little bent, so I'm going to just straighten it out. Very easy to do. I will be redoing that one especially, but those will be it. So that's pair number one. Pair number two is these. Oops, backwards. These. I put these on silver plated lever backs with a shell design because I have lots of them, and those were from Fire Mountain, and all these other things were from the kit, except I brought in an eye pin, which I just did a simple loop on, and a head pin, which I did another wire wrapped loop on. This camera does not want to focus. Well, I think you get the idea, right? Hopefully. So very easy again. And first thing I'll do is hopefully a better wire wrap. Now see how long that is? That's about how long I like it. And if you need, add more beads in and things, then I would try and use a longer piece of wire, or 3-inch head pin or 2.5-inch. I just don't like buying all those sizes, and 2-inch usually works for me. Or you can use wire. I have a ton of wire too. You can also use like a standard looping plier if you want to make sure your loops are consistent. I'm so used to doing them now that I pretty much can eyeball about where it goes. 1 second. Okay, sorry, my cat was meowing at me. And she might still. So now we just do the wire wrapping again. I am having a trouble holding the stem with my pliers. And if you keep holding on to that, you're going to lose a lot of this. So I just let go, pick it up, go again. Do that, wrap around. And you'll see this one is how I was talking about the other one should have been. And I kind of test it. It's pretty tight. So then I bring in my cutters, flush part to the part on the earring, as close as you can get it. These don't always get as close as I want. Yeah, it's going to have to do. And then we come in, and sometimes I turn these upside down and try and squish that down a little better. And if that doesn't work, then we can use the needle nose ones. And just push that in as best you can and do the finger test. So that is that. Now for the eye pin, which already has a loop on it, I want to, I'm right-handed, so it's easier for me to do it this way. I want to push this down flat because I'm doing a simple loop. And for the time being, I'm going to hold it like that, but I want the loops to be going the other direction. So for a simple loop, this eye pin is way too long, but I don't have small eye pins. So I use my finger roughly about there, I think. Cut that much off. If you want to, you can save that and use that for a small little dangle or something. And then bring in your round nose. It's twisting on me, which actually is okay because it'll put it in the right direction. You should get it so that that wire is not showing. I can't always do it on a small piece, but these have a little flat section. I'm going to try and even that out a little bit and bring that back and around. You want to get it around till it closes, until it looks like probably cut it a little bit too short, but it's okay. And then flatten and bring it back so it looks pretty close to a lollipop, right? Not exactly. And you do want to make sure that your, oops, that your both loops are on the same plane, that they're not like one going one direction, the other going the other, like that. Now, I just open the lever back and put the loop on. Make sure it's closed up good. Now see, they are facing, I don't know if you can tell, because this is facing front and back, that's facing sideways. So now this is going to go on. Now, if your beads are directional and it matters which way they look, you might end up having to add a jump ring to make them dangle in the right direction. I hope that made sense. Now we're going to open the loop and see which is the front there. I'm asking that not because of the beads, because they're not directional, but because of the better side of the wire wrapping on there. And that is our, and I think I still feel a little something on that wire wrap. I'm going to go around one more time with these and try and make sure it is squished in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, still feeling something right there. If it's catching on me, it will catch on a person's hair or whatever. Now with earrings, it doesn't usually catch on, oh, I see what happened. Huh. I don't think those head pins are going to work with this bead. It's coming off. Now this one, that's very interesting. So I will be taking that one apart too. Boy, I'm not having a good time here. But anyway, that's what that'll look like. So I'll have to redo that one because the head pin is pulling down. I wondered how I had so much room there when it was tight before, but the head pin sunk into that bead. Very interesting. I need to make sure either get a different bead or get a different head pin. And if I get a different head pin, then I have to change this one too. All right, guys, hopefully pair number 3 is the better one, I hope. This is it. Lever backs again. This is on an eye pin, but I did wire wrap it at the top. And I brought in, these are all out of the Soft Flex kits I showed in the beginning. This is a leaf bead cap from January 2024 bargain bead box. And this is a bead link from a Beta Lawn Quick Links kit I got off JTV, Jewelry Television, a long time ago. And I just brought in one and a little bit, one chain extender I cut into 2 links and 4 links, and then little jump rings here, and the leaves. I went searching for jump rings that were not terribly thick, and I found some in a also Beadalon. It was from a Kumihimo kit because they had to be able to go through the leaves. So I've already put the jump rings in the leaves. I have the link. I have some little jump rings here. And I might need one. No, I don't need one more because you need 3 little jump rings, and these are 4mm jump rings I got from Fire Mountain. I've already wire wrapped the top part. I have this here. So let's go ahead and put the top part onto the lever back. And again, the beads are not really directional. I'm just, you know what? I feel a little Sharpie part on that one too. So let's just crunch that one. Okay. Put that in here. My eyes are getting so bad. I need to wear my goggly things, but I can't do it when I have a headset on with a microphone in it to be able to speak. So see, this already has a jump ring attached, which I shouldn't have done because I need to open it anyway to put the quick link on. And you could hook it right onto the eye pin. However, if you do that, I'm trying to see where the slot is. Right there. If you do that, then the link doesn't hang the right direction unless you actually, okay, so see these are both on the same plane. They're facing horizontal like that, okay? What you could do is hold this one horizontal and twist this one front to back. You can do that. However, the link is big enough that I didn't have enough movement even if I did that. So I chose to add this tiny little jump ring. Has to be big enough to fit over the link and through the eye pin. I might have to hold it with the other pliers. Put your bead through it. And now we have to close it. And I usually hold them from the side like this, because the more space your plier has on there, the less likely it will bend out of and get distorted. But that one did anyway. One sec. Sorry, I just had to bring it up closer to be able to see. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, because we already have jump rings on these, and I want to make sure that one is a little bit open. That one is closed pretty good. And that one is a little bit open too. So we're going to have to squish them tight. Make sure they're closed tight. Okay. Actually, what we're going to do is hook them onto a piece of chain. So it really didn't matter. Except for one, and the other one we're going to hook right onto the quick link, but we want to do the chain pieces first. So on this one, I have the long one on the inside and the shorter one towards the outside. So we're going to do the same. So we want the longer one. It's going to go over here. So first we have to put this leaf on. Sorry. Now just have to put a little, because these quick links, they are closed. They're not, there's no opening. They're not a jump ring. They are just a closed ring. Deb's fingers don't like holding these little things. And there is the opening. So I'm going to hold it like this and bring these in and open them front to back or back to front. Doesn't matter that way, but, and then I like to, let's see, the leaf is going, see how it's curving that way on that one? So I want it to curve in towards that one on this pair. So hopefully I did that right. We shall see. Okay, that's not open enough to go over the link. I'm holding it so that the shell part of the earring thing is facing forward to try and get it facing the right direction. And making sure my jump ring is closed. It is not. They don't always click. So, you know, I was always taught till they click, but they don't always. Well, now, there we go. I turned around. So there's the first one. So let's do the second one, and then this one is just going to get hooked right onto the link. In fact, we can do that now. Well, no, let's do the chain one first. Okay. Opening is there. Try and move it to the front. Now on this one, the leaf is facing out, so we're going to do the same. And it doesn't matter, I mean, if you don't care about that, but it just looks more symmetrical, you know? Okay, that one's closed pretty good. I'm going to bring in the littler pliers for this little jump ring. And we're just going to open it, hopefully front to back. I don't know if I opened it enough. It's open enough to get the chain on, but I'm not sure it's open enough to get it over the link. So, ugh, and I just dropped it. I'll be right back. Okay, I lost it completely. So anyway, now we're going to put this one hopefully on the link without dropping it again. There we go. Let's close it up. I had to get a new jump ring, is what I'm trying to say. I'll find the other one, but my cat is laying there. I hope it's not under her. Could be. Okay, so, and that's it so far. Let's make sure everything's laying the way we want it to. One facing in, one facing out, and now this one is facing out on there. So this one is just a matter of opening back up the jump ring on the leaf. And I like to spread them apart, stick it through, and then I can bring it up and try and make sure. Now these are larger. If I could hold on to stuff, it would be good. These are larger jump rings, and they do tend to bend out of shape a little bit sometimes. So you have to be careful because they're not real thick is what I'm trying to say, and they couldn't be real thick because they had to go through that leaf. Okay. All right. So that is that pair of earrings. They're my favorite out of the three. And I like them when the chain goes behind, but they just look like a little cluster of leaves dangling. Cute. They are long. Let's see how long they are. Point of entry from the ear. They're about about 3.5 inches long. So those are your long shoulder dangles. Let's see how long these are. Will be once I fix them. These are, get down there, about 2 1/4. And then these are, I like these too, about 1 3/4 roughly. So there we have 1, 2, 3 pairs of earrings. Honestly, making them doesn't take long. It's just figuring out what you're going to use in the earrings that takes the longest, in my opinion, for these particular kinds of earrings. I hope you enjoyed. I know it was a little bit of a mess and I have some fixing to do, but yeah. That is it for Passion for Purple. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to go check out Metal Scrappin' Chick's channel, who will be linked down below. And also click on the hashtag Passion for Purple 2024 and see what else you might find. I will have a video up also on my other channel today for the same collaboration. And yeah, check that out too. It's Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage, which I'll also link down below somewhere in the description. Okay, take care. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.